Hi, I'm here talking to my friend, long-time friend. I've known her since I was about 10 years old in seventh grade. My dear friend, Karla LaRive.
Hi, Julie.
Hello, Karla.
We've been doing these conversations now for about 2 years. And a few minutes ago, when we both got online, I thought, start talking and recording some of these ideas that happen between us, between the work that you do, Julie, with your emotion code and other things that you can introduce here, but also just the work that I think with the demographics of women and how much women need to get some answers. I know that we are both in our third chapters of our lives, and I have run across so many people who struggle emotionally. And you know what the number one thing is? And you would think it would be health. You would think it'd be like staying healthy and fit, like you and Mel, right? But it's actually love and relationships.
Well, relationships is what shows up no matter what somebody is going through because it could be a relationship with themselves and how they feel about themselves, or it could be a relationship that they have with somebody who's close with them. And normally, our the things that we have to learn in this life, our lessons, our karmic lessons, or what we came in here to evolve as a soul, they're always going to show up in our relationships that we have with those that are closest to us.
Hmm.
So it's going to be parent, children, it's going to be, children to their parent. It's going to be brother, sister, spouse, ex lover, whatever. It's going to show up usually in those dynamics because we've chosen to be in this family because there's some kind of contract there that has to be felt and learned in this life.
So why is it so hard if it's already, I'm going to ask very esoterically, if it's already a contract and we're already predestined to meet somebody, why is it hard for some single women and women who have been, without a spouse or divorced or, widowed or to find another person? Or is that part of the contract?
So you're referring to why people, as they get divorced or break up in a love relationship, on why they're constantly searching. Is that like the heart wants to find somebody again? And I think there's a few reasons for that. I think as humans, I think we're meant to, have partnerships in our life. And
Mhm.
so I think that that's a biological inheritance that we have, that we've learned, that it's difficult for a lot of people to be alone and that they want to have somebody in their life. But I also see the flip side of that. And I see a lot of people that are choosing to be alone and to really create their life because having that partnership with somebody holds them back from being really their true potential of creative self. And
Mhm.
so they choose to be alone. Somehow the frequency of their relationship has no longer is a match with each other. And so they have chosen to break that off, and that's their kind of butterfly wings because it's now giving them the potential to go through their transformation and to really go through a lot of soul growth.
Hmm. And do you think that when a relationship is all of a sudden not available, in other words, things happen within the relationship, you make decisions, they move out, you're still there, and you're wondering, wait, what happened? Or they get remarried again, or something happens, and you think, what did I do? How weren't we on the same path at one time? And how do I regain what that was before? Or is that not what I'm supposed to be regaining? So the question, of course, on a sort of moderate level is I'm not going to turn the corner until I can match what I had before.
Well, in the body code, that's actually can be what we call like an emotion that you're like searching for love. It's a frequency. It's sort of it's what they causes addictions.
Mm,
Addictions can be to having relationships or having negative relationship patterns, but it can also be the addiction of drugs and food and sugar and work and exercise and all binge watching. It can be all kinds of things. It's like seeking heart energy. So the
mm,
heart knew something at one point and reverberated at this frequency, and now, just like, a sugar rush or an addict, it wants to find that frequency again. So it's constantly searching for something. And so the brain, sort of the body like triggers the brain and the brain triggers back in the body. And it's like a chemical response that happens. So how do we move into our own true being, into self, loving ourself, truly loving ourself the way that we are, so that we can move forward and then maybe create that new vibration where you do attract somebody into your life that's of that match. And I think one of the things that we're really missing in today's society, I think for a lot of people, is their connection to God or source, spirit, to their higher self. And I think people have turned away from really looking into their spiritual self. And when that happens, we lose like a part of ourselves. So we're not being guided and we're not letting the flow of energy come through our body, and the inspirational thoughts and the guidance that we have from higher realms actually guide us so that we can see the choices that we have and maybe see them from a higher perspective.
mhm. So basically giving over to faith and,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely. Trusting in God's love.
mhm,
Because if everything is love frequency,
mhm,
if the afterlife, if every near death experiencer you've ever read about or heard about talks about love,
mhm,
it was love that was there. It was this beautiful vibration of love.
mhm,
And to get to that frequency again, right? We have to start trusting in, our divine path
mhm,
and into what's out there, so that we're part of that. I mean, God's within us. So we have to learn to feel the love, to trust in it, and then to feel the love within. And
mhm,
it comes from inside, because as we change our energetic vibration and our thoughts on the inside of us, our frequencies change. And
mhm.
then we create the life and the abundance that happens to us on the outside.
Mhm. Julie, how do I tell people about you? I know you have this new website, beautifully designed website. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, thank you for asking. It's whitehawkwisdom.com, and WHITE Hawk, HAWK, wisdom.com. And you can read about me there. You can sign up for a free discovery call. I work with the different modalities of the emotion code, body code, and belief code systems that were developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And as an intuitive channel, I do breath work with people, and I can actually feel where energies and frequencies are stuck. So we work on different levels, from the emotions to physical symptoms in the body and what they may be telling you, because there's usually some kind of emotional or post traumatic energy that is blocking your body from being in harmony. And then also work with limiting beliefs. And I'm guided by spirit when I do this. And it's hard to say that, what I'm going to work on you is a belief system when that's not ready to come up yet, because your subconscious knows everything. And the subconscious is tapped into the quantum field of the superconsciousness, the mind energy that we can all tap into.
Mm,
And these are just, it's a system of being able to decode what's happening and allowing your body and yourself to process and to do your own self healing.
It's been so much fun to talk to you. I know we get off on lots of different subjects, so we're going to start meeting more online and discuss many things that would really benefit all women and men and women, of course, all people. And Julie, it's such a pleasure because this program that you do, this healing, this love, has changed so many people. I'm included. So I'm a big fan of your work. So anyway, thank you for talking today.
Thank you so much, Carla. So nice to talk to you as well.